Welcome back to In Focus Youth Day edition of In Focus. As part of their June 16 commemoration, members of the EFF gathered at the Hoërskool Eitzig in Centurion in the morning. The party leaders, including Commander-in-Chief Julius Malema and Secretary General Marshal Dlamini, addressed members on various issues. Now, the party gathered at the high school following an incident where pupils wearing EFF regalia were allegedly assaulted by a security guard there. Talk to me about this is now the EFF Treasurer General Omphile Maotwe. Omphile, good evening and thank you very much for your time. Your overall impressions around this day and the various challenges that still exist 27 years on, or at least 45 years on, as we are commemorating June 16.
Good evening, Thabo, and good evening to the viewers at home. Look, 45 years later, Thabo, we are still faced with racism that is very rife in our schools. We must continue to beg at the hands of those who feel that they are superior than us. In 1976, June 16 was because of the imposing of Africans in schools, and we still see today Afrikaners mishandling and manhandling and assaulting black children. So we are reminded about what exactly happened 45 years ago. But not only that, Thabo, we see that in schools we still have a problem of parents who feel that they are superior ahead of us. I mean, you've seen placards of those white parents saying that if you're not happy with our school, you can go and open your own school. I mean, what is that in Africa, in South Africa? Can we as Africans really, and honestly speaking, go to Holland and open our own schools and tell the people of Holland that if they're not happy with the school, they can open their own? It will never happen. But we see it happening in South Africa 45 years later. So the struggle still continues. We are still not free. We are still marginalized. We are still under the supremacy of white people. So we've got to challenge this. We've got to crush every sense of racism whenever they raise their ugly heads. And today was just a demonstration to say we are in solidarity with our black children, not only here in Centurion, but across the country, across the continent, because we continue to be marginalized as black people.
Yeah. Now, last night on Twitter, after the president's address, the leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters, Julius Malema, said he actually will not comply or adhere to the lockdown level 3 restrictions. He made that announcement again today on stage, and in fact, you're calling on the supporters and every young person in the country to go to SAPRA to demand vaccines, and you're saying they should not adhere. Do you think that is a responsible thing to do as a party, considering even as we speak today, we've now surpassed 13,000 new cases in a day, something we have not seen since January?
So we're going to go high on those numbers. We'll very soon reach 20,000. And it's not because of the irresponsibility of our people. It is because of the irresponsibility of the leadership of this country. President Ramaphosa is very irresponsible. Thabo, you'll remember that the airlines, for example, since level 3 lockdown last year, they've been flying at full capacity. We're talking about over 200 passengers seated next to each other for over 2 hours, flying from Johannesburg to Cape Town. Now, what is that? When you get into the airport, there's even chairs marked. Don't sit here, don't sit there, there's social distancing. But you don't see that happening inside the aircraft. Now, I come from Pitsibisuleyang, a village in the northwest. I must travel to Cape Town for Parliament. I go through the airport, I go inside the aircraft, and I go and get infected there. Let us all remember how COVID came into South Africa. It came to South Africa through an airline, through an aeroplane. So why are these rules that are being changed every day do not happen in the airline space? So our demonstration today is to say we're sick and tired of these rules that are getting chopped in and changed as if we are irresponsible people. We want vaccine. So when we say that we're going to march to SAPRA, is to say, to demand the freedom of choice. The democracy is very clear in terms of the right to life of our people. We are denied the right to life because President Ramaphosa wants to impose Johnson & Johnson on us. We are saying, SAPRA, approve Sinovac, approve Sputnik. So if you've got a headache right now, you've got a choice of taking either Grandpa or Panado or paracetamol or anything, Brufen or anything. But why are we only confined to Johnson & Johnson, which has proven that its efficacy is actually very low? So our demand and our demonstration today is to say we're still not free, we are still oppressed as the people, even at the time of the pandemic. So we want to send a very strong message that, yes, we will social distance, we will wear our masks, we will sanitize, but that is not the solution. The solution is vaccination. We've, on countless times, asked, even in Parliament, give us your rollout plan, give us your implementation plan. There's no implementation plan, there's no vaccine. We are being imposed into accepting Johnson & Johnson, which has proven not to be working. Sputnik is working. It has been proven in Russia and many other countries. I'm told now being administered in over 60 countries.
So are you not taking then the advice of the experts? SAPRA is, of course, the regulatory body that runs these tests, to have said Johnson & Johnson is the option that best deals with the variant that is available here in South Africa, which AstraZeneca could not deal with at the time. The other one that has been tested is Pfizer. Considering the recent event with the FDA, don't you think that it's more wise to take the advice of the regulatory bodies?
No, we take the advice, but it must not be to serve the certain faction of the ruling party. Why are we not talking about Sputnik? We want to have that choice of choosing between Sputnik, Sinovac, Pfizer, and J&J. Let our people, if you get these doses, all 4 different doses, to be given as choices, I'm sure even the rollout program will happen even more fast. So you can't confine people and say, no, you're going to take Panado, it's either Panado or Grandpa. What about Brufen? What about paracetamol? What about other painkillers that you could use? So SAPRA must not take the side of the factional side of the ruling party. They must allow, it has been proven Sputnik works. Why are they not approving it? It has been proven that Sinovac works. Why are they not approving it? Because those causes then the delays. Because if you've got certain dosage of J&J from America, you will get another percentage from Russia, will get another one from China. All that will then mean that we'll have enough vaccine to vaccinate our people in the country. Right now, we've got only J&J. It's a limited dosage that we're getting. Why not expand so that you can fast-track the vaccination of our people?
So what is your theory? Why are they refusing to allow a cocktail of vaccines to be made available in the country, to the extent that they are allowing more and more people to die?
Maybe because they want to depopularize our people. I don't know. President Ramaphosa must answer that question. You must ask him that question. Why are you denying the people the right to life? Because essentially that is what it means. It means perhaps he's on that agenda of depopulating our people, but also it could also mean that maybe it's in the pockets of Americans. He has charged people's money, now we must pay that money through our lives. And I'm not going to allow that. So President Ramaphosa must answer that question, pose it to the president and say, why are you allowing Grandpa and Panado and other painkillers and not allowing this cocktail of other vaccines that have proven actually to work? It's not even a no-brainer, Thabo. We are in the BRICS, part of the BRICS. Russia is part of the BRICS. China is part of the BRICS. China, the rise of this infection started in China. They've contained it with their own vaccine. Why can't we do the same? Zimbabwe here, the Zimbabweans and South Africans are the same people. All you need is just to walk through Mesina and get into Zimbabwe. They have been vaccinated by a Chinese vaccine, and they are doing very well. Why are we denied Sinovac? That is the question that the president needs to answer, and he must answer it honestly and fairly. He was running around together with Jamnandas, collecting money for his campaign. What if this is the payback time of saying, no, you must give everything to us? We know how these things are. We're not stupid. We're not fools, Thabo. And we're not going to be fooled by Ramaphosa. And we're going to demonstrate until SAPRA approves all the vaccines that have been proven across the world that they are working.
All right, we'll talk more about the events of today with EFF Treasurer General Omphile Maotwe when we continue next on In Focus. Stay with us.